So week 4 of the apprenticeship is essentially week 1 of working on a game prototype. So my idea for a game that I pitched was the blob game, as it has come to be called. Hopefully it's not going to be called the blob game. One of the bigger challenges with this game is how organic and convincing we want the blob movement to look like. I have a physics background, so I took it upon myself to work on this particle system that lies underneath the blob and is sort of its structure that can move around. I started working on this. Once it collapses on the ground, it completely collapses and disappears. So I did some work on this. It is no longer disappearing when it collapses on the ground, and it also doesn't really collapse, it's sort of holding itself up. Now the problem with this is that it just moves as a whole. It doesn't really have this like blobby behavior. It is sort of collapsing okay on the ground, but not quite as fluid. Still an improvement, but then eventually, after quite a lot of tweaking, adding way more particles to it, this is what it looks like now. It's much better and much more blobby. So I think this is a great start, alright? We went through some stages, but we got there. So next week, hopefully we get to work on some more environmental stuff. So we have this blob and it can move around and it's looking very squishy and cute. I set some points in space connected by lines, and these are the lines that the blob should collide with. Collision was a bit of a nightmare to set up, but then when you finally go through the challenge, you feel really empowered. Look at it fly about. Now I know what you're thinking. Are you just going to talk about blobs, Eva? Yes, but there are people that are not doing blob related stuff, and maybe we can hear from one of them.
In my case, I was making a game where there are bullets flying all over the screen and you have to dodge them with your player. It was really enjoyable to find the different types of patterns to go around the screen and the different paths that you can dodge through and the different amounts of bullets before the game will start to crash.
Hi, I'm Laura. I'm one of the current apprentices at the Sumo Digital Academy Apprenticeship. We're working on a game called Lost Tower, so it's going to be a mix between a platformer deck builder is the idea. So yeah, we've got a little guy jumping around, hooked on here while I'm trying to demo it for you. Yeah, we're just working on getting more things in there. There's going to be the bosses in some of the rooms that you can open with the cards and stuff, so that should be really cool. So yeah, that's Lost Tower.
Awesome.
The idea is that you're just placed in the dark room and you've got to navigate your way out through using sound, and you can shoot lightning bolts to briefly light things up.